Today we're going to be talking about circular saws, and specifically DeWalt Cordless Circular Saws. And DeWalt has a lot of circular saws. I mean, a lot. DCS 391, the new DCS 565, the DCS 578, the big old DCS 577, and the DCS 573. And we're gonna take a look at all the differences. We're gonna run them through. We're gonna show you how they perform in
big lumber,
little lumber, rip cuts, cross cuts, miter cuts, all kind of cuts.
So stick around if you want to know which saw is gonna work for you. So let's talk about these two little guys. This is the DCS 391. It is a brushed 6.5-inch blade left circular saw. And this is the new DCS 565. This one is brushless. This ain't right. Let's fix it. We don't need that. This is the first time I'm looking at it up close and personal. They both look pretty similar. This one has the rafter hook, which is nice, here on the front. So you see this little twisty knob thingy? This stripped out on my last DCS 391. This one is a whole new type of lever. Normally I just look and I go, you know? You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's an LED light here too. That is nice. Right here at the front.
This one ain't got it.
So yeah, LED light, rafter hook, new knobs. Comes with a dust adapter thingamabobber. Just clip that on, dust cord. And then obviously the biggest difference between these two is brushed motor and brushless motor. That's these two, DCS 565, DCS 391. So let's talk about the FLEXVOLT, the big guys, the 7 1/4. Well, actually, this one's, anyways. We've got the DCS 578 and the DCS 577. These are both FLEXVOLT, and you can only use FLEXVOLT batteries with these two. DCS 573. This is a 7 1/4, just like these two, but it's FLEXVOLT Advantage, which means you use 20-volt batteries on this, works fine. You put a FLEXVOLT battery on it, and it gives it a little bit more boost in power. This guy I use for anything that any other circular saw can't handle, this guy can. We're going to see what the difference is between this guy and this guy, because if this guy with a FLEXVOLT battery performs as well as this guy, then you might as well buy him because he uses 20 volt and 60 volt, whereas this guy can only use 60 volt. Well, for those of you in the UK, this is not a UK accent. But anyways, 54 volt and 18 volt. Yeah, we'll look at them. I can't tell. I literally cannot tell which one is heavier. They really look identical. So you've got the front bevel lock right here, rafter hook on top, front handle here, blade guards. They both, this one feels like aluminum. Looks like aluminum.
Good old Google says they're both aluminum. This one just has dark gray. This one's just like a brushed aluminum.
I think this one's magnesium. I think so. So this saw, the DCS 573, you put in a FLEXVOLT battery, it's supposed to give it a 77% increase in power, which that's pretty decent.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers every day, something.
So next we're going to compare the DCS 565 to the DCS 391.
Look, Ma, I'm being safe. Good to go.
Let's see with the DCS 565. Is it just me, or does it seem like it takes this longer to rev up? Alright, let's go again. They both feel the same. Now I'm going to put them on 45-degree bevel and see how that feels. I do like this knob, but neither one of them have detent points for their bevels. And they both have this bright aluminum. It's kind of hard to see where you're lined up with. That was not good. Oh, that would be why. Remember, children, lock your blade guard, or your shoe, whatever piece this is.
Lock it.
Yeah, this one does seem more powerful once you lock the shoe. I don't know, what do you guys think? Personally, I really can't tell the difference, but I think the brushless has a little more power when it starts bogging down. Yeah, I think so. I'm not paying attention to where the dust is going. You guys can probably see if this is ejecting dust out the back. That option's nice. The light does help you see, especially on a beveled cut. Let's move on. So I'm gonna bevel cut through 2 sheets of 3/4 OSB, and we'll see how that does.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Ugh, formaldehyde for me. It's supposed to be able to handle 1 5/8 depth at a 45-degree bevel. Yes, 565. It's bogging down, but not as much. Heavier, but more power. Also, what I'm not even gonna cover is runtime is gonna be definitely affected. Is it worth it to buy the brushless versus the old brushed? Yeah, I think this is good. This is worth it. I'm definitely gonna keep this one around and hand the 391 off to the helper. So I'm curious what the difference is between a 20-volt battery and a FLEXVOLT battery in the DCS 573. Let's find out. Yeah, I can hear the motor revving up more. Again, cutting a 2x4 90 degrees isn't really that hard. So let's bevel it, see what the difference is. Ooh. This one has detents. Now we're going to test cutting at a 45 through 2 layers of OSB. Wow. Do that again. Yeah, it's really easy to stall it doing that. FLEXVOLT battery, same thing. That's a big difference. FLEXVOLT battery gives this thing a whole lot more torque when you start really pushing it. Let's look at the other ones. Actually, I really can't resist. I really want to see what the difference is in power between the brushless 565, the little 6.5 inch, and the brushless 573. Both of these are 20-volt tools. Both of them take 20-volt or FLEXVOLT batteries. This one is supposed to have a 77% increase in power with a FLEXVOLT, whereas this one makes no claim it's going to do better with FLEXVOLT. I kind of want to see that.
I feel like I need to qualify these results because the 565 had an 18-tooth blade in it, whereas the 573 had a 40-tooth blade in it. In order for the 573 to be equal, it needed a 24-tooth blade. Back to our regular programming.
The DCS 573 definitely has more power than the 565, but the 565 is pretty good still. Alright, so now we're going to be cutting with all the FLEXVOLT and the FLEXVOLT Advantage. I'm just going to do bevel cuts through all this because I can't really tell when I'm cutting 2x4s at 90 degrees.
It cuts, so.
Anyways, we're going to be testing power and we're going to see how far behind these FLEXVOLT big boys this one is with a FLEXVOLT battery in it. I need to do some more testing. This one has a good bit of power to it. Really nice saw. But I can't tell the difference between these two. It must be witchcraft. That's what it is. Good job, DeWalt. Your FLEXVOLT Advantage is not gimmicky, it actually makes sense. So, after reviewing them, using them, comparing them side by side, the DCS 391 is not as powerful as the DCS 565, but they're pretty close. But I still think the 565 is a little bit more powerful, and you get the benefit of all the extra stuff that they've added onto it. DCS 573 really impressed me. All of these are using the same blade. They're all 40 tooth Diablo blades. They're all brand new. With a 20 volt battery, it's a little bit better than the 6.5 inch, but not by much. But with a FLEXVOLT battery, it really feels very comparable to the 578. Of course, the big rear handle still has more juice. I can feel the power in it compared to all of these saws. But see, the problem with this one, you gotta have two hands. Trying to wield this guy with one hand.
I mean, you can see I don't have much to me.
You know, I pretty much always cut vertically like this with this saw. So it's not the most accurate saw because it just is hard to wield. So I've liked my 578. It's been a great saw. Very much enjoyed it. But the FLEXVOLT Advantage, the 573, really is impressing me that it's able to compete with that FLEXVOLT battery in it. Not to bring their name into this, but you know, they've got their 18 volt rear handle circular saw and their sidewinders, which when you pair them with the big 12 amp hour batteries, you know, they've got a lot of power. But you can still use them with, you know, 5 amp hour, 6 amp hour, whatever else you got. Well, 6 amp hour is technically high output as well. Anywho, this feels like DeWalt's doing that to where they've made a saw that's pretty powerful and they've made it compatible across all of their 20 volt, 60 volt batteries. So, good job, DeWalt. As far as price, I'm going to tell you what I paid.
Because I'm a deal guy. I like to buy things when they're not at full market value.
Now, this is not their real price because if you just walk into a store, you might get something else. So the DCS 391 I bought brand new for $70, 70 buckaroos. I bought the DCS 565 Black Friday. It was $91 or something is what it worked out to. Anyways, $91. I bought this guy a couple years ago. Yeah, I think $180. The 578 I got for $100, and the 573 I got for a little over $100. It was like $105 or something. Again, these are deals.
You know, you buy this, you get that, and the prices are better, and clearance bins, and all that kind of stuff.
But I bought them all brand new, and those are the prices I paid. If I were to go back and I just could have 2 saws, that would be tough. I might wind up keeping the 573 because it's compatible through all the batteries, and then go with this left-handed big monster circular saw. However, I have used the 6.5-inch blade left saw for a long time. I think I'll just keep them all, so, you know, don't have to choose. I don't know, what would you guys choose? Comments down there. Hello, comments.
Don't say anything mean or nasty, because I'll just delete you.
Yeah, you hear that?
I'll delete you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go have some lunch.